7th, it's the Yankees are up. And it's going to be Lou Piniella versus Mike Caldwell. The score is 2-2. Here's the roll for Caldwell. It's a 5. That's going to be patient. So we're looking off right here against a lefty. And we rolled a 15. A 15 off a lefty is going to be a ball that's swung on and driven into the gap. And hustling after it is Gorman Thomas. And throws it in, and Lou Piniella's in at second with a leadoff double here. It's a 2-2 game in the top of the 7th in County Stadium in Milwaukee. Mike Caldwell, he's a left-hander, 30 years old. He's allowed 5 hits today. So Piniella stands at second with a double, and it's Greg Nettles. And that's going to be a 3. That's wheelhouse for Nettles. Nettles versus left-handers is 1-25. And that's going to be a 0-5. That's a deep drive to right field. Back goes Sixto Lezcano to the track, to the wall. It's out of here. Greg Nettles connects. And Mike Caldwell wishes he had that pitch back. Yankees now lead by a score of 4-2. Action in the Brewer bullpen. Next is Roy White. Roy White is 2 for 2 on the day, 2 singles. That's a 5. That's a patient. We rolled a 54. A patient 54 is going to be a line drive. No, it's on the left side. It's going to be a little bit out of the hit range. And it's going to be a 54. That's going to be a fly ball lifted to right field. Lezcano over a few steps to his left and makes the catch. So out number 1, Roy White heads back to the dugout. Stepping in the box is Jim Spencer. Caldwell gets the sign and deals. That's a 7. That ball's in play, an 84, an in-play 84. It's going to be a grounder to Paul Molitor at second. Flips to Cecil Cooper for out number 2. And into the box is Bucky Dent, the hero of the 1978, what was that, a one-game playoff between the Boston Red Sox and the Yankees at Fenway. And it's a 55 or a 10. That's tough. And a tough 84 is going to be the outrange. And that's a ground ball chopped to short. Robin Yount guns it to first, and out number 3. Okay, so it's going to be Eddie Figueroa on the mound for the Yanks. It's 4-2 here in the bottom of the 7th. Robin Yount's going to be leading it off. We're using payoff pitch number 15. Thurman Munson behind the plate, also known as the Walrus. He was the 1970 Rookie of the Year, batted .302. He was also the American League MVP in 1976. He played with the Yanks in 3 World Series, 76, 77, and 78. And he perished in a tragic plane crash August 2nd, 1979. Here's the pitch from Ed Figueroa, right-hander, 31 years old. It's a 4. That's patient. It's a 0-8. A patient 0-8 is a base on ball. So Yount is on at first with a walk. And that's going to be an 8, and that's in play. And a 54, an in-play 54 is going to be a G5. We rolled an 8. That's within Ed Figueroa's double play range and within Charlie Moore's double play range. So it's going to be a 5-4-3 just in time. 5-4-3 double play. 2 outs now. Batter's Paul Molitor. And that's a 9. It's going to be tough. Tough pitch, a 53. Tough 53 is out of the tough range and into the grounder range, and it's hard hit, but right at Nettles. Molitor pulls the ball at Nettles. Nettles fires the first to get Molitor by a step. And we go to the top of the 8th inning. It's a 4-2 ball game. Yanks are up. It's going to be Mike Caldwell is still on the mound for the Brewers. He had quite a season with 16-6 with a 3.29 ERA. He's going to be facing Mick the Quick, Mickey Rivers. He's 0 for 3. I think Mickey Rivers came over from, I believe it was from Texas. And then he heads to California, I believe, in 1980. Mickey Rivers, lefty versus lefty. And that's a 5. That's patient 85. It's going to be outrange. And that's a chopper to second base. Mahler up with it. Flips to Cooper. Gets Mickey Rivers hustling down that line. Boy, he can fly by half a step. Willie Randolph, that's a 5. That's patient. And that's an 82. A patient 82. It's going to take us to an out grounder. Hit at Robin Yount. Robin Yount to his left. Across the diamond. Out number 2. 2 up, 2 down. Stepping into the box is the Walrus, number 15. What can we say about him? I played 11 seasons for the Yankees. Was an All-Star 7 times. Had a .292 career batting average. His locker at Yankee Stadium remains empty to this day. He was the first captain since Lou Gehrig. Thurman Munson, batting right-hander. He's 32 years old. It's a 10. That's tough. And a tough 90. It's going to be a ground ball to Yount at short. Fires to first. Gets Munson. And we head to the bottom of the 8th now. It's a 4-2 Yankee lead. There is action in the Yankee bullpen. Ed Figueroa is still on the mound, going back out there. Now, Ed Figueroa, had he given up 3 runs, he would be fatigued in this inning, but he's only given up 2. And that's going to be an 8. That's going to be in play for Don Money, a 96, an in play 96. And that's a fly ball lifted to left. Pinella puts it away. 1 down. Bottom of the 8th, 4-2 Yanks. That's a 4. That's a patient, said Figueroa. The lefty, Cecil Cooper, a 70. Patient 70 is going to be a grounder to short, Bucky Dent. 2 away now. Nice scoop by Spencer. First, throw was a little bit low. Kind of looked like Dent took his time on that. And it's Ed Figueroa versus Gorman Thomas. Thomas is 1 for 2. He doubled, grounded out, and walked. So he's 1 for 2 on the day. And that's a 5. That's tough. A tough 28. Tough 28 is a strikeout. Thomas, known for taking his swings and not holding back, strikes out. Got a big strikeout number. And we're heading to the top of the 9th. Yankees going to bring up Reggie Jackson, Lou Piniella, and Craig Nettles. Mr. October. Mr. October's over 3. A line drive, grounded out, and flied out. And that's a 5. That's patient. A 71. A patient 71 takes us to the out range. And that's a grounded to short. Robin Yount throws out Jackson. Next is Lou Piniella. Lou Pinella's 1 for 3. And that's a tough pitch, an 87, a tough pitch. And that's going to be another grounder to shortstop. Again, Yount has a second opportunity. Perfect throw. 2 away. Mike Caldwell sets and deals to Greg Nettles, the left-hander. It's a 7 in play, and that's a 54, an in play 54. It's a fly ball lifted to left. And Ben Ogilvy, high fly. Ogilvy's under it and makes the catch. So 3 up, 3 down for Caldwell in the 9th. And we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. It looks like it's going to be Goose Gossage. The Goose is coming in to take care of business for the Yanks. Big right-hander, 28 years old. 18 saves in 36 games, 5-3 with a 2.62 ERA. And he will replace Ed Figueroa here in the ninth. Ed Figueroa did a nice job, allowed only 2 runs on 6 hits. And it's going to be a fresh arm, hard-throwing right-hander Goose Gossage. It's going to face the lefty Ben Ogilvy. Ben Ogilvy's 1-for-3 on the day. We are playing the 1979 Thurman Munson Memorial. We are at County Stadium against the Brewers. Brewers are going to have Ogilvy, Lascano, and Sal Bando. So decent power. It's a 4-2 ball game. So the Brewers need somebody on tough. That's a tough 88. And that's going to be a grounder to second base, Willie Randolph. Gets it, throws him out. Next is 6 to Lascano. That's a 5. That's in play. A 0-3. In play 0-3. And that's a gapper. And that's going to roll to the wall. Rivers hustling after it. Lascano has good speed. He's thinking of going for 3, but no, he stops halfway and goes back. So he's on at second with a 1-out double off Goose Gossage. Sixto Lascano drove one into the gap between Piniella and Rivers. And it's going to be Sal Bando. Sal Bando with good power. Sal Bando generally has good power. It just so happens that in '79 he hit but 9 home runs. 4 from the versus lefties and 5 versus righties. So not the typical Sal Bando year, who was hitting them out of the park with Oakland for a long time. So here's a pitch from Gossage. It's going to be tough. It's a 65, a tough 65, takes us to the out range. That's going to be a grounder to second base. Lascano, who is a 6, is going to hold tight. I'm going to risk going to third here. With that ball hits sharply right at the second baseman, Randolph. And with 2 outs here in the top of the 9th inning, the bottom of the 9th inning, it's Goose Gossage. The Yanks are up 4-2. So the tying run is at the plate. In Robin Yount, the right-hander, Robin Yount batted .282 versus righties with 7 home runs. That's a 7. That's a tough pitch. See what Yount can do about that. It's going to be a 33, and that's going to be a ball bloop to right field. Runner on first. Runner on second is going to score. Lascano scores easily, and Robin Yount with a sploop single here in the bottom of the 9th makes it a 4-3 ball game. RBI single for Robin Yount. Now it's going to be Charlie Moore, who's 2 for 3. He's got 2 singles and a ground out. And Yount has 11 stolen bases. He's going to try to get a lead here, try to get to second base. Let's see what happens. No, he does not. And it's going to be Charlie Moore versus Goose Gossage. That's a 7. That's a tough pitch. And a 62, a tough 62. And that's going to be a fly lifted to right. Reggie Jackson comes in a couple of steps, makes the catch, and that'll do it. The Yankees pull it out by a close score of 4-3. And it was a 2-run homer. 2-run homer by Greg Nettles in the top of the 7th that put the Yanks ahead by a score of 4-2. And the line score, the line score for the Yanks is going to be 4-6-1 with 2 left on base. And the Brewers are going to be 3 runs, 8 hits, no errors, and 6 left on base. Winning pitcher is going to be Ed Figueroa, and the save is going to go to Goose Gossage, while Mike Caldwell, who allowed only 6 hits, pitched very well, completed the game, but is going to take the loss. So that'll do it for game number 4 of the 1979 Thurman Munson Rest in Peace replay. Munson has another 5 games to play, and then it actually has 6 more games to play until the day of his tragic accident in that Cessna Citation in Ohio, practicing takeoffs and landings, in which he perished at age 32. Basically a 7-time All-Star, 11 seasons with the Yankees, the Yankee captain known as the Walrus or Squatty Body. And he was Rookie of the Year in 1970, and he won the MVP in 1976 with a 302 average and 105 runs batted in. So I'm